Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey, this is Fynn from the Picturebooks, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have the vocalist and guitarist, Fynn Grabke of the Picturebooks. The Picturebooks has released their new album, The Hands of Time, out now via Red Music. So, Fynn, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. It's close to midnight out here in Germany right now.
Oh, good God. Wow, yeah, I'd be in the bed by now, you know. So
might as well. Well, we're in tour mode, so this is not late. This is the time that we're on stage right now, sweating our asses off.
The day's still young, folks. So, how's it been working with Red Music so far for you guys?
It's been awesome. You know, we're super happy with the label, and yeah, I can't wait to work a lot more in the States. We're working on that. We wanna be there ASAP. The thing is always, you know, we have a super tight schedule, and getting all the things done that you want to do is always a big struggle that is more than just wanting to do it. There's a lot of planning behind that. So we'll try to make that happen ASAP to do a lot more in the U.S.
Now, you guys have relentlessly been touring the last 2 years on the last two albums worldwide, and that's spanned over 350 shows in the last 3 years, man. Tell me, this has got to, take a toll on you guys. Let's talk about this a little bit on touring on just these two albums the last 3 years.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I guess if you're in a band that lives a certain lifestyle on the road where you just kind of party through, or I don't know, try to not have a daily routine, or maybe you're with the wrong bandmates. I guess this can get to a point where you just kind of lose yourself and get kind of bored of touring, or get to the point where it's not fun anymore. But I guess the way that we're doing it, we try to live a really clean lifestyle on the road. You know, we didn't work so hard for over a decade now to be in a position where we just kind of, are drunk all day and actually not really appreciate what we worked so hard for, you know. And then the whole team, we're doing this for such a long time. We got so close and just love each other so much and then to experience all this stuff that we experience every day is just it's just awesome. And when we go to bed with a smile on our face and wake up with the same smile, and are just excited for what the day brings. And traveling is something that we wanted to do. We're from a small town where nothing was going on. There were no cool bands, no cool bars, no nothing. And so we created this band to live the life that we live right now, Now,
you guys have released music videos for Electric Nights, which was filmed on your tour throughout Europe in 2018, plus Howling Wolf and The Hands of Time. Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs on this album, which would be the first single, let alone a video?
Well, I guess it's always that's always a moment where that discussion comes up, and especially for us when we write songs, we never write a song where we would say, "Oh, this is just an album track. Let's just get over this," Or we always try to get the best out of it, especially when the way that we write songs, where we would talk about videos and visuals before we'd write anything. Often we would just sit down and talk about a whole video before we've written one single note, just to kind of know where we want to be at the end for the song. And so videos and stuff like that is so important to us. It goes hand in hand with the music. And yeah, you know, for this album, it wasn't hard because the songs that we've chosen were perfect and were definitely the songs that we were feeling too. But it was definitely a meeting that we had with all the partners and decided to go with those songs.
Any songs standing out more to you than any right now possible on this new album? I mean, I know it must change every time you listen to it or you play them, but do you have any that stick out for you?
If I would start dropping names now, I would literally drop every song right now because we're just so proud of this album, man. We've just worked so, I don't know, we've never worked so hard, and at the same time, we never finished an album so fast. It was crazy to see how everything just worked out the way that we wanted in such a short time. But at the same time, you know, like I said, we really worked so hard on this to get to the point where we are right now with the album. And it seems like people are loving it. We just toured all over Europe with this, toured all over Canada with it. And, you know, people just went crazy on it. So it's a good feeling. And, yeah, we just love it.
What do you hope everyone takes away from this new album, Fynn, or message you hope they hear while listening to it, or just any of the Picturebooks music in general? What do you hope they get from it?
I hope that, and I sing about that on the album a lot, is just the fact that all we have is right here, right now. You know, the time is now.
Yes, sir.
And it's not a good thing to live in the past or in the future. You know, if you're scared of tomorrow, don't do nothing right now. Or if you regret stuff you've done in the past, or if you feel really proud of something you've done in the past, you know, that doesn't mean that you don't have to try being good right now too. You know, this is a constant struggle. It's a constant work to be a good person, to be a happy person, you know, yeah. And that has a lot to do with accepting the fact that all we have is the present. And it's something that, you know, this band had gone through and realized that, you know, this is the case. And like I said, you know, accepting that is really important. And I sing about that on the album a lot. And I hope people kind of feel that and don't get caught up in trying to be a cool kid, because being cool don't mean nothing if you're not happy. So Be happy first, and then, you know, being cool comes with it real fast.
Exactly. Don't be a fake.
Exactly. Don't tell that you're a positive person. Right. Actually be one. Right. That's the hard part, you know. If you tell yourself you're a positive person and you're happy, you know, it's one thing to say that, but actually, you know, accepting negativity and don't let all that negativity take part of your life is a whole different story. You know, that's the hard part, you know.
Who did the artwork on this album for you guys?
All the artwork that you see, all the videos that you see, they all go through our hands. This album was shot by Michael Schmidt. He's a guy who lives in Los Angeles. The girl on the cover is Scarlett Capella. She's a girl that we worked with in the past. She's a real good friend. She's from LA too. And yeah, all the stuff you see is, like I said, it goes through our hands with a little help from our friends, the way it should be.
Inner circle nucleus right there, folks. So this was mastered by Mr. Brian Lucey. He's worked with Biffy Clyro plus Marilyn Manson, the Black Keys, and the Mighty Ghost. How was work with him on this, man?
Awesome. We worked with him before, and you know, he's just, the way he works is very modern. You know, you just kind of send him it was a lot of emails, but he's the kind of guy that, you know, he actually writes back on everything that you ask for. You know, sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't want to get on his nerves, you know, but still, you know, we didn't work so hard to be, you know, now at a point where we would be scared to ask too much. You know, we wanted to be the way that we want it to be. So Brian did a perfect job with that. He didn't change too much. He just kind of realized our visions that we had with the album perfect.
Do you still see yourself musically growing, or has it just been more of a personal growth for all of you guys involved in this?
I guess this always goes hand in hand. This is, I mean, if you grow with the band, it's a personal growth, you know, too. This album needed to happen. The change that we did with the album needed to happen. We didn't change much, you know. It's still 100% the picture books, but we had to grow. You know, we couldn't do the same album again, a third album that would sound the same. Wouldn't make any sense to us. We had to grow, and we're super happy with the direction that we went with this. And like I said before, you know, people seem to dig it too.
What can fans expect at a show from the mighty Picturebooks who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you?
Oh my God. It don't matter who is in the crowd, no matter how many people in the crowd. We always give 110%. Our shows are very intense, and we try to keep a really close connection with everyone in the room. We don't try to give everyone the feeling that we're up on this podium and kind of you know, just doing a show or something like that. We are going to be 100% pure and raw and real to the bone. And we'll always give 110% no matter what. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be rock and roll.
What made you want to become a musician, Fynn? What was that spark for you, man, that said, yeah, that's what I want to do?
It's a long story. My dad, who was a professional skateboarder in the 80s, he was in a lot of bands. And I kind of grew up in the tour bus, skateboarding, listening to music, being around musicians. So this was always kind of around me. He never forced me to be in a band or anything. This was just something that I came up with Philip when we met in the skate park in this small town here in Germany. And at some point we kind of felt like, hey, let's do something else than just skateboarding. And we decided to create this band to get out of this town and to travel the world. And we're not professional musicians at all. We never learned to play an instrument by a teacher or anything like that. We just started this band. We knew what we didn't want, and that got us where we want to be. And to this day, I can't play a chord or anything like that. I just use those instruments as a tool to express whatever's going on in my heart.
Is there a country that stands out or even shocks you that the Picturebooks get support from, or your music even gets played in that area possibly?
You know, the thing was, we tried to get out of Germany for such a long time. You know, it was a long process that kind of didn't work out. We were always stuck out here. And we just at some point decided to go to the States. And we played this one show in Hollywood at the Harvard and Stone. That was the venue. And the Eagles of Death Metal showed up 10 minutes before, and they asked us if they can use the instruments and play show 2. Which was kind of amazing. It was already packed, but then they kind of Twittered it, and it was packed, filled to the brim with just amazing people. And overnight, we had an international label, international booking agency, international management, and we're booked out ever since. This is 5 years now that we've just been touring our asses off all over the place. But it was America that kind of discovered this band and made it all happen, and so thankful for that. So yeah, it has a special place in our hearts.
Fynn, how can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy this new album, tour dates, merchandise? How can they do that, my friend?
Thepicturebooks.com. It'll lead you wherever you want to be, Facebook, Instagram, or our online store where we ship worldwide out of our cellar. It's my beautiful wife who's doing that. And, this is a family affair. We all live together and work together on this band. And, we will be touring all over the world. So you just have to follow us on our socials, and we'll keep you updated.
And before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Yeah. Hey, this is Fynn from the Picturebooks, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. Has our podcast link, YouTube link, and hopefully soon our Twitch link. And also get out and pick up the Picturebooks' new album, The Hands of Time, out now via Red Music. They have some kick-ass music. Thank you so much, Fynn.
Right on. Thank you so much.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.